Hello and good day to one and all. Dr. Frank is back with another set of predictions, and this time round we are midweek, Champions League. Um, Very happy with the weekend again. We stayed in the positive in the sense that we ended up 50% win rate, 6 wins, 6 losses with plus money options. So 100%, one would have been in profit. That's absolute. That's what you want. You always want to try and be in profit. That's all that really matters. You know the drill. If you like the content that I continue to bring out, like, share, subscribe, retweet, share, positive, negative comments. Keep them coming. We've got 5 matchups I'm looking at this midweek in the Champions League, so let's get going. First match we're looking at is Sevilla versus Copenhagen. Quite simply, Copenhagen, I don't think they're going to be able to deal with Sevilla. Sevilla have dropped off this season. However, I think they're going to have enough, no disrespect to Copenhagen, but I think they're going to have enough to get past them. So with that being the case, Sevilla to win, juice it up. Sevilla to win and under 5 goals, and that's looking at 1.70. 1.70. Second match I'm looking at is Salzburg versus Chelsea. This is going to be a tasty matchup. Chelsea, only a couple of years ago, champions of Europe, beginning to find their feet underneath Graham Potter. Graham Potter's got a real mix of youngsters and senior players. He's really allowing certain players to come through and get a chance, like the Chalaba, what's his name? Loftus Cheek and so on and so forth. You know, they're getting the opportunities now, okay, which is nice to see. Just feel like Chelsea are going to get enough here. I feel like Chelsea are going to have enough of the ball. I think Chelsea are going to put away their chances. Salzburg will have chances themselves, but I just got a feeling that Chelsea will get this one done as well. So with that being the case, Chelsea to win and under 5 goals is coming in at more than double your money at 2.10. 2.10. Then I'm looking at Benfica versus Juventus. I mean, Benfica are one of the strongest teams in Europe, domestically speaking, and they have transferred that over into the Champions League. They're looking good, you know. They're looking tasty. Come knockout stages, you're not going to want to play Benfica. You know, they're that sort of team. You're not going to want to play them. You know, no one's going to fear them, but you're not going to want to play them. You know, Juventus. We know they're a bit fledgling at the moment. You know what I think about their midfield. I'm not the biggest fan of it whatsoever. I do like the likes of Sandro Tonali and so on, but I don't know if they're 100% ready. Always going to be dangerous with Vlahovic up front and so on and so forth. I get it, you know. Benfica, just to win the game, straight. Nothing else. Not even messed about with this one. Benfica, just to win the game. Odds we're looking at is 2.00. Bang on, double your money. Penultimate game I'm looking at is Paris Saint-Germain. Paris Saint-Germain versus Maccabi Haifa. I'm not worried about who's going to win the game. Paris Saint-Germain are going to win the game, whether they're with 11 men or 10 men. No disrespect to Maccabi Haifa, but Paris Saint-Germain are going to really dominate this game, and they're going to create so many chances. And I think they're going to put quite a few away, to be honest with you. With that being the case, the combination I'm looking at is Paris Saint-Germain to win the game with Kylian Mbappe to score any time. Paris Saint-Germain to win the game with Kylian Mbappe to score any time, and we are looking at 1.75. 1.75. And then the final game I'm looking at is Internazionale, Inter Milan versus Viktoria Plzen. Similar thing I'm looking at here. I believe Inter Milan are 100% winning this game. I'm not, again, no disrespect to Viktoria Plzen. This is the Champions League after all. Anything can happen. It's football. However, I don't really give them a prayer, to be honest with you. So, similar thing with Paris Saint-Germain game. I'm looking at a goal scorer, and this time around, the goal scorer I'm looking at is Lautaro Martinez. If you remember, with Kylian Mbappe and Lautaro Martinez, they have to start the game. If they don't start the game, then the prediction is void. Your bet would be void, basically, and you just get your money back if they don't start the game. Lautaro Martinez is having a stellar season. He's having a good season. You know, not a great season, a good season. But he's always going to get chances, whether he's playing up front with the likes of Dzeko or Lukaku. He's always going to be fed, and I believe he's going to score tonight. So with that being the case, Inter Milan to win the game with Lautaro Martinez to score any time. We are looking at more than double your money at 2.05. So, quick recap in regards to the prediction I'm looking at for Champions League. Sevilla versus Copenhagen. Looking at Sevilla to win the game and under 5 goals at 1.70. Salzburg versus Chelsea. I'm looking at a Chelsea cheeky away win here and under 5 goals at 2.10. Benfica versus Juventus. I'm looking at Benfica just to win the game outright, 2.00. PSG versus Maccabi Haifa. PSG to win the game with Kylian Mbappe to score at any time, 1.75. And finally, Inter Milan versus Viktoria Plzen. I'm looking at Inter Milan to win the game with Lautaro Martinez scoring at any time, and that one is 2.05. So there you have it. That's what I'm looking at as far as those predictions are concerned. Have an awesome Tuesday. I will be getting out the Europa League and Europa Conference League predictions respectively at some point. But until then, Dr. Frank is signing out. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.